Last lecture we had discussed with Annelida, and in Annelida we had discussed with last topic, that is hirudinaria. Hirudinaria is blood sucking leech. The person who have blood clotting problem, we can give the treatment by this leech. Okay, so now the next phylum is Arthropoda. See, first thing is this: arthro means joint. And poda means appendages. Joints in appendages, leg, whatever you say like that. Okay? Before continuing this in detail, you have to remember the first point. This is the largest phylum in Animalia. It consists most of the insects. Okay, see. Phylum Arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of Animalia, which include insects. Over 2/3 of all named species on Earth are Arthropoda. In first chapter I had told to you around 1.7 to 1.8 million, around 1.7 to 1.8 million species of insect of total global species are now discovered and named, and we know it. So out of this known species, over 2 by 3 species, that is around 67% or more than that species, consist insects or arthropoda. They have organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic. Body is segmented. One thing you know, that body is externally segmented but internally not. I had told to you earlier that in Annelida, the body is metamedically segmented internally as well as externally both. But here in Arthropoda, the body is metamedically segmented, it is externally segmented but internally not. coelomate animal. Coelom is present. The body of arthropod is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. See, in our body, feather in human body, hair, nail, on birds, feathers, okay, on fishes, scales, all these are known as exoskeleton. But here, in arthropods, the exoskeleton is made up of chitin. Body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen. Body is divided into three regions: head, thorax and abdomen. But here, one thing I want to tell you, neck is absent. Okay? True neck is absent. As a result, what happened? The head is fused with thorax. Okay? Neck is absent. So here, yes, I want to ask you one question. Can we move our head? No way. We can't able to move our head. See. We move our neck. Our head is stable. And our head, yes, we see that head movement is there, but it is not there. Neck movement is there. But in this, most of the animals, the head is fused with thorax, is known as cephalothorax. This is the most important one. Okay. They have jointed appendages. Arthros means joints and poda means appendages. That's why here the name is given arthropoda. Respiratory organs are gills, book lungs and tracheal system. Okay, now onwards, little bit developed respiratory system is there. So respiration is controlled by gills, book lungs and tracheal tree. Circulatory system is of open type. Now you remember this one. First circulatory system. You know this one, right? First circulatory system is seen in Annelida, that is of closed type. First digestive tract is seen in Annelida, Eskelmans. So now here, yes, please clear this. Second circulatory system circulatory system in open type is seen in this figure. Yes. First, open type, we say that it is there in arthropoda. First open type, yes, we say that it is in arthropoda. But first closed type, first circulatory system is of closed type and it is seen in Annelida. But second number circulatory system number by secondary, but considered open type, it is first. It is seen in arthropoda. Fine. Circulatory system is of open type. Sensory organs like antennae. See, on the cockroach body, two long head-like structure is there on the head region. It is moved like this. Antennae, with the help of antennae, olfaction occur. Cockroach is omnivorous. Cockroach is omnivorous. On the head of it, two hair-like structures there find known as antennae, and with the help of antennae, it searches the food. So antennae, then compound or simple by stetocyst to maintain the body balance. Okay, so again I will tell you that antennae for olfaction, stetocyst for body balance, for balancing organs are present. The most important word is this: Malpighian tubules and green gland. Whereas green gland is an excretory organ in crab. Yes, I am talking about just only two excretory organs here. But specifically, MCQ related thing is this, that Malpighian tubules are excretory organ in cockroach. So Malpighian tubules and green gland are excretory organ. So yesterday I had told to you that platyhelm means flame cells. Platyhelm means flame cells. Earthworm, nephridia, and here Malpighian tubules are present in cockroach and green glands present in crab, Carachlo, right? Excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules. They are mostly dioecious, means sexes are separated. Majority of the animals are unisexual. Male and female are separate. Fertilization is usually internal. They are mostly oviparous. Oviparous means lay down the eggs. The animal which lay down the eggs known as oviparous animal. And here the lay down of the eggs, the procedure is known as spawning. Here you see majoritarily in all of the insects it consists 6 appendages. See carefully, see the first grasshopper. Locust, grasshopper. અત્યારે તમને આને તીડ કહેવાય. તમને ન્યૂઝપેપરમાં ખબર હશે, ન્યૂઝમાં ખબર હશે કે તીડનું ગ્રુપ આખું કેટલી કેટલી જગ્યાએ મૂવ થયું. અને આ જે તીડ છે, લોકસ્ટ છે, એ એકચ્યુઅલી ગ્રુપમાં ફાર્મ ફિલ્ડમાં એટેક કરે છે અને પ્લાન્ટ્સને બહુ જ વધારે હાર્મ કરે છે. Okay, fine. Later on we will see that they are mostly oviparous, lay down the eggs. Development may be direct or indirect. Majority એમાં 6 legs છે. જો locustમાં જો anterior 2, side 2 and posterior 2, and you see the cockroach. In cockroach 6 appendages are there. Okay, now economical importance of the insects. Honey producing. Honey is produced by Apis indica. Apis indica is scientific name of honey bee. Okay, and cultivation of honey bee is known as apiculture. Fine. Again, honey. Honey is used as a medicine. Honey is used as a medicine. You know it you know it very well. So, honey is obtained from the honeybee. The scientific name of honeybee is Apis indica, and the cultivation of honeybee is known as apiculture. Same way, silkworm. Silk is obtained from silkworm. The scientific name of silkworm is Bombyx mori. The silk, the fiber, it is obtained from silkworm. and the silkworm is obtained from Bombyx mori, and cultivation of it is known as sericulture. So apiculture, sericulture, two topics are there here. Okay, fine. Now the next is lexifer, lac insect. અને લાખ કહેવાય, lexifer. So here these are the useful insects to give us some products, lac, silk and honey. Now some are acts as a vector for particular disease. See, Anopheles, female Anopheles mosquito is a vector for malaria, and malaria is caused by, you know that, protozoa plasmodium. Okay, so we have discussed this plasmodium in chapter number 2. So female Anopheles mosquito is responsible for, acts as a vector. It spread the disease from one person to another person. Next is Culex fatigen mosquito. Culex fatigen mosquito is responsible for elephantiasis. You know that elephantiasis means wucherariasis. Wucherariasis or filarial worm. Okay. Third is Aedes aegypti mosquito. Aedes aegypti mosquito is responsible, it is the vector for dengue and chikungunya. So this mosquito acts as a vector for particular disease. Gregarious pest, locusta or locust, we say that grasshopper. Okay, and now remember, living fossil, Limulus, king crab. So the one doubt is moving in your mind, that what is fossil and what is living fossil. Okay, let me explain this. Fossil means dead part is fossil? Fossil means if we obtain the skeleton or any body part or any body print or footprint of an organism is known as fossil. Yes. Suppose example, if we break the rocks and then we obtain the footprint of any animal, that is also known as fossil. And you know that if in fossil we obtain the skeleton, so with the help of carbon dating method, we identify the age of the fossil and we estimate that before this many years this animal lived in that habitat. Okay, so this is fossil. Fossil is of dead organism, whereas now read the definition carefully. The animal which is not showing any evolutionary changes in their body for a long time is known as living fossil. એવું ઓર્ગેનિઝમ કે જે જનરેશન ટુ જનરેશન કોઈ પણ ટાઈપનો ઇવોલ્યુશનરી ચેન્જીસ ના બતાવે. યસ, we know that generation to generation the evolutionary changes occur, but a king crab cannot show any type of evolutionary changes from generation to generation. Okay, so that is known as living fossil. So there is a difference between living fossil and fossil. Fine. So now you remember that Limulus, that is king crab, is a living fossil belonging to Arthropoda. So this is the largest phylum and much more information about the Arthropoda. I hope you understand this topic perfectly. Fine. Now the next phylum is Mollusca. Okay. First point, second largest phylum in animal kingdom. So you know that first largest phylum is Arthropoda, but second largest phylum is Mollusca. Mollusca are terrestrial and aquatic. They are marine or freshwater, having organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate animals. So now onwards, I told to you, next word is adding that triploblastic, organ system level and coelomate. These three words are common for all. Here, body is very soft. Animal's body is very soft. So it is covered by hard calcareous shell made up of calcium carbonate. Okay, very hard covering is there, that is known as calcium carbonate. So here most of the organs, animal's body is soft. Body is covered by calcareous shell made up of calcium carbonate, and unsegmented. Body is not divided into segments with distinct head, muscular foot, and visceral hump. You know that hump is present in camel. Soft and spongy layer of the skin forms a mantle over the visceral hump. So here mantle cavity is a unique feature. Okay, again a soft and spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over the visceral hump. The space between the hump and mantle, is known as mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present. So what is the usage of mantle cavity? It is useful in respiration process. They have respiratory and excretory functions. Anterior head region has sensory tentacles. The mouth contains the file-like rasping organ for feeding known as radula. So through radula, animal feed. They are dioecious, means sexes are separated, and oviparous with indirect development. So here larva is formed. Okay. Now I want to tell you, see the octopus. In octopus, 8 limbs are there. Octopus has 8 limbs, and on the limbs of the octopus you know that suction like, vacuum like structure is there, and through which it attach to particular support. So here we are able to give the training to the octopus. Same just like other animals. Okay. Fine. Examples: Paella. Paella is known as apple snail. Pintada, pearl oyster અને મોતી છીપ કહેવાય. Pintada. Sepia is known as cuttlefish. See, cuttlefish, starfish, now devilfish are not fish. Okay? See, sepia, cuttlefish, loligo, squid, octopus is devilfish. Aplysia, sea hare. Dentalium, tusk shell, just like a structure of teeth or tusk of elephant. And Chaetopleura, known as chiton. Okay, so here again some false words are there that cannot indicate particular animal. Starfish, cuttlefish, devilfish are not true fish. Okay. Now the next is Echinodermata. Echinos. Echinos means stinging, spicules, spiny body. Dermata means skin. Spines on skin, on whole body is known as echinodermata. Okay? The animals have an endoskeleton. Internally in the body, they have skeleton of calcareous ossicles made up of calcium carbonate. Hence the name Echinodermata. See, so again here echinos means spines and derm, that is skin. Spines over the skin on whole body is known as Echinodermata. All are marine. Here see, Echinodermata are not of fresh water at all. All are marine animals. With organ system level of organization, adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but larvae is bilateral symmetrical. The most important one. Generally, all animals are radially symmetric. But its larvae is bilateral symmetrical. This is the most important one for MCQ. Generally, all animals are radially symmetrical, but larvae is bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic and coelomate animals. Digestive system is complete. Complete digestive system is open on the two ends with mouth on the lower side. So ventral side mouth is there and dorsal side, upper side anus is there. See, please underline water vascular system is the unique feature of this echinodermata. Okay, water vascular system is a unique feature of this echinodermata. The most distinctive feature of echinoderms is the presence of water vascular system. Now, this water vascular system is help in locomotion, capture the prey, and transport the food and respiration. Sometimes, with the help of this water vascular system, capture of food and transfer it from one place to another place. Underline please, excretory system is absent. So now the question is moving that which structure perform as an excretory system? Same way, water vascular system. So this water vascular system can also regulate the excretion process. So please remember, excretory system is absent, sexes are separate, means unisexual animal, we can distinguish between male and female animal, dioecious. Reproduction is sexual mostly. Okay. Fertilization is external, mostly seen in water, and development is indirect with free swimming larvae. Here I want to tell you two sentences which is not given here. See the diagrams. Above that Asterias is there. Asterias starfish, 5 feet are there. See. Okay. And see below that B diagram, Ophiura. Ophiura is known as brittle star. See. So, majority of animals consist 5 tube feet. Okay, this is the most important point, and it has capacity for power of regeneration. Okay, so here you know that up to right now, Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminths. Again, Porifera, Coelenterata, and Platyhelminths, and along with this Echinodermata, this have capacity of power of regeneration. They are able to form their own body by themselves. Let's see the examples. So these 2 points are important. Examples: Asterias, known as starfish; Echinus, sea urchin; Antedon, sea lily; Cucumaria, known as sea cucumber, and Ophiura known as brittle star. Okay. Now the last one is Hemichordata. I am just right now explaining this only. You underline the main important points. The last phylum of invertebrata. Hemichordata was earlier considered as a subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is placed separate phylum under non-Chordata. Hemichordata have rudimentary structures in the collar region known as stomochord, the structure similar to the notochord. So, in Hemichordata, not well developed notochord is there. So the name is given there is known as stomochord. So now this stomochord is in future, it is converted into vertebral column. See, so for this one point you note down, Hemichordata I have told to you earlier, you have that. Hemichordata is a connecting link between non-chordates and chordates, or invertebrata to vertebrata. Okay, let's see the explanation. This phylum consists a small group of worm-like marine animals. Very, very small worm-like. All the animals are marine. Organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, triploblastic and coelomate animal. See, please remember the body is divided into anterior proboscis, collar and the trunk. The head is known as proboscis and sund kehvai. Now this proboscis consists the proboscis gland. Circulatory system is of open type. Respiration takes place through gills, and in proboscis, the proboscis gland through which excretion occurs. So proboscis gland are excretory organ. Sexes are separated, means unisexual animal, dioecious. Fertilization is external and development is indirect. So here up to Hemichordata, I hope you understand up to Hemichordata. So here I can stop. Next phylum Chordata I will take this in next lecture.